Chef Sel was recorded on a cell phone in front of a fake audience.
Fun. It's a comedy show and you learn how to cook too, okay? So it's not boring. So gather the family around. Get one of those gizmos, you put it up on your TV and you watch, you can watch YouTube on TV now. Get a gizmo. Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Cut you off early this week. Anyway, I am Chef Sel. I record on a cell phone. I'm gonna cook a delicious meal for you today. Before I start, I wanna say thank you and hello to all my followers on Instagram and on Facebook and my subscribers on YouTube. And by the way, subscribe YouTubers right there. Just boom, hit that right now and get it over with. And then it'll tell you when my next video is coming out and there'll be lots of fun. It's a comedy show and you learn how to cook too, okay? So it's not boring. So gather the family around. Get one of those gizmos, you put it up on your TV and you can watch YouTube on TV now. Get a gizmo. All right. So, we're in that kind of weird spot right now, okay? We're in January, Super Bowl's 2 or 3 weeks away, you just started your resolutions, you're dieting now, and then Super Bowl parties come and boom! Those fatty wings hit you right in the face like a gust of wind. So, we're gonna get you through that, don't worry, okay? Because, you know, a diet is a diet. This isn't a diet, what I'm going to do today, okay? It's a low carb. It's a low carb. It's a paleo, all right? Which is good stuff, okay? And what else do we have here? It's just, you know, it's not really a low calorie thing, but it's not going to spike your insulin, okay? It's an Italian meat pie Parmesan. So if you're sitting there eating bird food and eating rabbit food and you think this diet's gonna last you forever and you feel like this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? We got a delicious thing going on. Let me show you what we're doing here. We're gonna make a crust. We have a spring form pan, okay? This is basic size, I think it's 10-inch, right? It's closed, no parchment on the bottom. Some people tell you to put parchment on the bottom. I can't work with that stuff. It like sticks to me and it gets all sticky. It's gross, you know? Ugh. Anyway, have that panned. That's ready to go. If not, you can use a deep dish, pie dish, whatever the hell they're called. And we have some chopped meat over here. We're gonna make the inside of the pie is gonna be meat because it's a meat pie. You know? I'll show you the chopped meat and the sauce later and all that. You're gonna make a thick Italian sauce, okay? It's gonna be thick because you don't want to cut the pie and have it go. Exactly. All right, so in this crust, we have, like I said, these are paleo ingredients. Oh gosh, what do we have? We have a cup and a half of almond flour. We have half a cup of sesame seeds. We're gonna ground them up in this food processor here. We have another half a cup of coconut flour and have some baking powder, psyllium husk, and a couple of eggs. I always put a pinch of salt. Yeah, a pinch of salt. Did you ever hear of that? Using a pinch of salt. You ever hear of that?
You ever hear of a ritual killing?
All right. So like I said, I have like dust in here, as I call it, okay? I'm gonna kind of mix that around first. Kind of pulse it. You can pulse it, you can do whatever you want. And all that talk about the pinch of salt, what didn't I do? I didn't do a pinch of salt. Pinch. And now I'm gonna add 2 eggs, see if you can get them in the hole. I like to add my liquids as I'm going. It's just what I like to do, okay? So have it on. And one at a time. Excellent. Now I have, it's about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use avocado oil, whatever you like. Get it in there. You don't want your dough to be wet. I've done these kind of crusts before. It's like a pie dough. It is a pie dough. Right? It's just different types of flours, all right? You want it to be crumbly. I'm going to show you. There's water here in case it's too dry, though. That's what I have the water for. Half a cup. You might use like a couple of teaspoons or a tablespoon. It's just deep breath. All right, let's see how it looks. Yep, I like it. I like it. That's it. We're done, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna form this in the pan. Yes, I'm gonna form it in the pan. I'll start it for you. And then I'm gonna kinda, let you guys go, or you gotta let me go. And then I'll come back. All right, so let's get this all in here. And just, start in the center and work your way toward the edges. You got to be patient on this, okay? You want about a skimpy 1/8 of an inch thick. You don't want thick. A lot of people make that mistake, especially where the bottom hits the upright. Can I say that? The upright. They leave too much in that little corner. Get it out of there. Move it up the sides as best you can. All right. I want movement. I want side upward movement stuff. And if you push too hard, you go through you put like a hole toward the bottom of the pan there. You can see the bottom of the pan. Just walk it around. You gotta learn how to do this, okay? It's a technique. You gotta just find a high spot where there's lots of it. See, wherever there is, like maybe over here, and you gotta see if I can show you. You gotta walk it around with your fingers. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but you learn this technique because they're gonna ask you. I don't know who, but somebody's gonna ask you. Okay, now I'm pinching the sides. I'm pinching it against the sides and going around. I'm kind of pushing it down. See, on the back edges, I'm kind of going around and pushing it down to get it even. That's not too bad. See, I didn't go all the way up. And if you have too much filling, I'm going to use like 2 pounds of meat, which is a lot of filling. If you have too much filling, just fill it up to maybe 1/4 of an inch, right before that ridge there, the top ridge, and you're pretty much done. All right, don't get all excited. It's just a thing. 350 on the oven. Let it bake. I'm going to put some fork holes in it because the bottom will bubble up. All right, so I'm going to pound it with some fork holes. Look at that. Not a bad deal, right? Easy stuff. All right, the gases escape. Let the games begin. Stick it in there. All right, 350 like I said. And let's give it 20 minutes. Because we're going to bake it again with the meat in it. Alright, so let me get this thing heated up. As soon as the pan here is heated, I'll walk you through the meat filling of this delicious thingy. Wavy lines. Yeah, we love our effect. Not a big deal. Anyway, like I said, we're going to make the filling now of this Italian meat pie Parmesan. I didn't say Parmesan pie. I said pie Parmesan. And it sounds a little better, right? No? All right. Give me a nice amount of olive oil. Use a good olive oil here. I'm using Olivari, okay? I tell you about this all the time. It's the reserve. Look it up. Olivari. Good stuff. Best stuff out there. I only use it for my nice dishes and my nice audience. I own you. We went over this. All right. 2 pounds of chopped meat. You can stick it in as it comes out of the package and break it up as you go, or you could break it up before. I told you this more than 1,000,000 times. And then we're just going to build, like almost like a meatball. Yeah, very large meatball, like a 2-pound meatball. So I'm twisting and pushing down. And you want a nice sized pan for this too, okay? This is a 9-inch saute pan, frying pan, whatever. And go early on the salt. You can go early, okay? I got a tablespoon going in. I might use more. I don't know if I told you. I'm using the 90-10, the 90-10 beef. 90-10. Not a lot of fat in here because you can do the full fat beef if you want, chopped meat or whatever you call it. But you got to drain it because you don't want fat when it's a pie. So it has to stay together. It's like a pie, like any pie. You don't want it to go. We went over this too. All right. Alright, so let's just keep doing this until you see no more pink, you see brown. It's not a big deal. When the pink goes away and the brown comes in, that's when you start your next step here on the levels of deliciousness. So I'm going to keep doing this and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I have more oil here. I just, I put the meat aside for a while. Okay, it's all brown, see? Brown meat. I did strain it a little bit. This is kind of a little bit too much fat for me, to be honest with you. So I want it a little bit drier, but I saved the juice and the fat because as I make, can you see that? Yeah. So I want you to see everything. There it is. Because as I make the filling, and I'm going to be adding some tomato paste, and tomato paste is a real big thickener. It's a big thickener, all right? Huge, even. So it's thickened up, so I want some of that juice and the fat to kind of lay it out. I want it to lay it out a little bit. I don't want it to clump it up. Lay it out. No clump lay. Clump lay. All right. So another tablespoon of oil in this pan that I've cleared out. I've cleared the runway. And I have 1 whole onion chopped up because there's a lot of filling. All right. You want some interesting things, you know. You want it to be like a carnival of different things, you know. So I'm gonna let these go. They're gonna stop being white. They're going to stop being white. Okay, translucent is the word, I think. Yeah, that's it. And they get a little limp. When that happens, then we're going to add some other great things. Yeah, Italian seasoning or oregano, whatever you want. About a good solid tablespoon and a half, maybe even 2. Taste as you go. When you put it with the meat, you can taste it. Oh, you know, there's a little bit more of this. But you can't take away. Emerald always said that. So add slowly, bit by bit. And add stuff like a dump truck. All right? All right, so I'm going to come back when these are wilted a little bit and we'll go to the next stage of the stages. All right, so now keep it on, it was always on a medium, high heat. By the way, when we started even back with the meat, keep it there. Just keep it there. Keep that heat for the meat. So I like garlic, so I'm going to put about a good thick tablespoon of garlic in there. And I'll say it again, 2 pounds of meat. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with a little more. You got the message, right? All right. That means I need to check my pie crust. Take a look. Yeah, let's say 5 more minutes. We're gonna go 5 more minutes. All right, so the garlic, you only do the garlic for about a minute. You want it to get slightly brown. If it burns, start over. No kidding. All right, what else do I have here? Now we're going to salt, because we salt in layers. Give me about a teaspoon of salt. Now we're gonna take the meat, add it back in. And reacquaint these flavors. We want to mix this around, get it up from the bottom. Up from the bottom, folks, up from the bottom. No onion left behind. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to make a little pool here. I'm going to push this meat mixer aside. And in that little pool area, where there's just pan, baby. All right, I'm going to add that in. Now I'm going to add my seasoning. Let's go, a tablespoon and a half should be good. So making an Italian, like I told you, it's like an Italian meatball. So you want some flavor in there, you know? This isn't like, you know, like Kraft macaroni and cheese or something. This is serious stuff. All right, so you have to be patient here because it's going to clump up on you. And you just want this tomato paste to be intermingled. It's not a cooking term. Don't write it down. I'm just telling you, okay? Incorporate, yeah. No. Intermingled. All right, so now I'm going to add some of this juice I spoke about. Not a lot, maybe about a tablespoon. Wherever you see that the clumps of tomato paste, that's all. Just kind of stick it on there. And continue to do this, what I'm doing, okay? And we'll be back. Well, here we go. We're ready to put it in the oven. I just want to show it to you before I put it in. The crust was taken out at about 20 minutes. And you see it's just the top of it, the ridge sticking up there. It's like a nice golden brown, perfect. I took the meat out of the pan when it was done. I let it cool, and I mixed it with a half a cup of mozzarella. I know, you say mozzarella. You can say mozzarella, but don't overdo it like this.
A little cube of the smoked mozzarella. They put little pieces of mozzarella inside the center. Why did she do that?
All right, anyway, then I filled it up with the beef and mozzarella filling, and I put about another good cup, depends on how much you want, a good cup of shredded mozzarella on the top, okay? Whole milk mozzarella, okay? On this one, whole milk. Whole milk. Melts better and stuff. All right, we're putting it in, 350. Bing, bang, boom. Let's check it after 20 minutes. Probably going to be 25 or 30, but I want to check it after 20 minutes. 1920, beautiful. And when we come back, I'll show you the finished product. The finished product, my friends. Check this out. Oh, man. Italian meat pie. Parmesan. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that bubbly, delicious
mozzarella.
I just can't with this woman. All right. Anyway, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on your oven at 350. I went up to 375 for the last couple of minutes to get that nice brown, delicious look there. Look at the crispy crust. And there's lots of meat and cheese packed inside for a delicious meat cheese packing. Try this, okay? And by the way, Instagram time.
You're an imbecile.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy it because I know you will. You know, you're up to that point now in your regular diet where you're like feeling like this guy.
I want pizza!
And this is paleo, low carb, all that kind of stuff. So you can eat a little bit more. It won't spike your insulin, okay? So enjoy. I'm Chef Sal, and I'll see you next time.